Calvin's a place where I've felt God's call. God's call to, first of all, love kids and to make sure that we can unwrap the gifts that they've been given, because an education should be an education for their whole life. It should prepare them. It should make them ready to be God's servants in this world.
Calvin School means community, family. It means safety for our children. The hardest job any parent has is raising their children and finding a good place for them to study freely and openly without fear of their beliefs. And we chose Calvin exactly for that reason. It's a family-based school. It's small. The ratio to student is really, student to teacher ratio is really good, and it's a family. The kids feel safe here. The teachers here have a profound impact on our students as they grow up. I remember when I grew up, there's one or two teachers that stood out for me that I'll always remember, and I went to public school. But I just find the teachers here caring, and they want to show the children that they're, through the work they do, their faith and what it means to them.
Educating for life, to me, means educating our kids, not just strong academically, but it's educating them in their character and in the ways of God, and in a way that they can make an impact when they go out into the world. I had the privilege to go on the Mexico mission trip, and for me, that really kind of put everything into a way of showing what the kids have learned, the character they've developed, and it all kind of came together for me in that one trip. It was amazing. The kids, they were truly ambassadors for Christ. They went out and they loved those people. They put everything into building those houses, the sweat, and they didn't complain. They just went out there and did what we all hope that they've learned all these years at Calvin. They did it.
What makes Calvin special to me is the fact that we're family. And when students are hurting and go through a loss or go through a tough time, it's amazing to see the grace that the other students show to their fellow student, and how the teachers will go up to them and put an arm around them and say to them, you know, we're praying for you, or we're here for you.
I had always desired to teach at a school where I could share my love for God and speak freely of Him. I think Calvin is very unique because I can speak about God. We can live out God's love for one another every day in the classroom. It's not just head knowledge that we're trying to instill in these kids every day. It's how they as people are going to go out in the world, and we want to just equip them to be followers of Christ, to be able to take His word and to be free to share Christ's love with one another.
Education for life means equipping students with skills that they need in the real world, equipping them with the knowledge of how to discern between right and wrong, the way Christ wants us to live here on earth.
Calvin means community. Calvin means family, a place to come home to. Parents will come up to me and say, "Your kid's different. Why is your kid so nice?" Or "Your kid's respectful." For both my children, I have one in the collegiate and one at the elementary. And yeah, it comes from home, absolutely. I'll take some responsibility for that, but at Calvin, they continue our traditions and our beliefs, and they instill that at school, and our kids come home with a foundation.
Education for life, I guess, to me means something a little step beyond what the obvious would be, and that's the quality of the education that your child receives from an academic point of view. We were a little bit worried when we were looking into Christian education. We didn't want to sacrifice quality of education for Christian education. But I found that that hasn't been the case here. The teachers are excellent and the quality of the academics that they receive is really good. But a step beyond that, I think the education for life is the skills that my kids are learning in terms of how to be good people in the world of God. They learn lots about community and how to be kind to each other, and just how to take everything that they've learned in school and attach it to how they can be better people in the world.